Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Broadway Jets YouTube channel. You'll know me from Twitter as NYJ Mike. I'm joined as always by the master of receipts, NYJ Matt. And Matt, today we're going to do a tier list and rank every single uniform combination in the history of the New York Jets.
Yeah, we tried to add everyone that we could think of, and this is going to be a hot topic and a big debate because I see a lot of variability amongst Jet fans. One obvious one is the New York Titans uniforms. I once tweeted out, "Do you like them? Do you hate them?" And it was a 50-50 split on 3,000 votes. So very combative. We tried to do all the different combos. So, Mike, let's dive into it. I think we might disagree on a handful of them.
I'm curious. I'm curious to see what happens. I personally have my favorites. I think we might agree on our favorite combos, but there's definitely not going to be
Mhm.
straight down the line.
And I like a lot of the jerseys too. That's why putting them in like the C, D, F tier is gonna be really tough to do. But I want to start off by one I want to put in the F tier. And I want to see if you're okay with me taking this leap.
I think I know what it's going to be.
I
One of the
hate
newer ones.
the brand new
Yeah.
white top with the green bottoms. I can't
Yeah.
stand them.
Yeah, look, I mean, the thing is with these new uniforms too is nothing that good has happened
Mm-hmm.
since the Jets have incepted these uniforms. The white on black with the white and the black pants, if you want to discuss them now.
Yeah.
The Jets won what 5 games wearing them this year. They just kept wearing them because they were winning. So those are probably the best new uniforms people feel about. Maybe the black stealth.
You know, let's think through. Are we good at 6 categories, or do you think there should be 5 categories? Like a unbelievable, great, pretty good to average, bad, and horrific, or do we are we good with 6 categories? I'm thinking about removing one of them.
We could
And
remove one unless you want to just have this F category as just that uniform. I personally dislike another uniform, but I
talk to
don't.
me.
I wouldn't keep it in. I wouldn't put it in the F category. I don't
Okay.
like the '90s uniforms. And
Oh.
well, you know what the thing is with the '90s uniforms, it's similar where the Jets wore those uniforms, but you see Keyshawn at
Mm-hmm.
the bottom, number 19. The Jets didn't were horrific when they wore those uniforms. They in '91 they made the playoffs at 8-8, and '97 they went 9-7. But other than that, they didn't do much. '93 they went 8-8. It just wasn't a really good era of football. So
I don't disagree, but I'm thinking maybe I think the green just looks a lot cleaner than the white. Would you be comfortable with the green 90s being in the B and the white being in the C?
yeah, they don't need to both be in C. B is fine
Okay.
for the green. It's like a decently aesthetically looking uniform. It's
Agreed.
aesthetically pleasing, but there's not many good memories associated with it. It doesn't feel very Jets to me.
Very fair. Very fair. So let's start. I think we can knock out a lot of the newer ones and start getting the ones that we think are maybe top tier because the new ones, at first, we liked the 2000, well, like 2002, the 2015, like through that era. Parcells was really the one who started it when he came in '98 to put the new uniforms out there. And we didn't want to see a change. So when the new ones came out, we tried to get hyped about it, but we were like, they're okay. And here's my argument for the new ones. I'm going to say that the white on black would be a C tier uniform. And now
Wow.
I'm rethinking it. Maybe we put another tier here because I think white on black is not as good as what we're going to put in the B tier coming up.
Fair. I don't think it's the best looking uniform. It just has the best memories associated with it of these new uniforms. So I would agree with you. I don't think it's a very nice looking uniform. Like if you want, we can go through the main tiers of uniforms in history. The Jets wore the original Titans uniforms from 60 to 64 ish.
Mm-hmm.
Then from 65 to 77, you had the Namath old sick cool Jet uniforms. 78 to 89, you had the sack exchange era,
Yep.
which you would associate as the 80s uniforms. 90 to 97, we talked about. 98 to 2018, you just mentioned, is the Parcells redesign, which are my personal favorites, which we'll get into. And then, of course, 2019 till the present. And then there's some wrinkles along the way. Like you have some throwback Titans, we have some color rush stuff like that. But
Yeah, I think let's knock out the new ones first. We'll keep it structured. So the F tier, the pickle pants with the white top. I think C tier for white top, black pants. I think there's only 2 new uniforms that would be B tier and above. I think the all black are clean. I think the
Yes,
all
very
stealth
clean.
black you could argue is a B to A tier, but I'm ready to have that debate.
I think it should go in the A tier. I think
Okay.
it's by far the best looking of these uniforms. I also like the all whites. I think they're pretty clean.
All
Especially
whites, I was thinking B tier. I thought all whites, I was thinking B tier, gun to head.
yeah, like that picture of Mosley right there looks sick.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
really nice. It is clean. They do feel very jet like.
Mm,
Um, I'm happy to have that in the B. It's B is good.
B is
It's not
good.
a knock. It's not a knock.
Not at all. And I think a perfect category for the D is the green on green. I don't think it's as bad as white on green,
You're
but
going
green on
D?
green, I'm thinking D. Are you thinking F?
I was not thinking F. I was thinking C.
Ooh, for green on green.
I don't dislike those uniforms, but it's tough.
So
It
we're
is
looking
tough.
at the brand new Zach Wilson in that green on green. That was from the Detroit game. I think the green on white, the brand new, like the classic green on white, is a C tier and above the green on green. The green on green doesn't do it for me. I think it's a bottom tier. I almost want to put it F, but I'm thinking D for the green on
If
green.
you think it's if you're contemplating F, then we can keep it in D.
Yeah, so if we're looking at the screen here, I think we have a good foundation. I think we're starting off the right way. We have a good balance, and then we come to the Titan uniforms, which are by far the most combative amongst Jet fans. I
I
think
mean, they're objectively ugly, but they're very
sure, yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
They're very cool, and some of the best Jet games have been played in these uniforms. You think the 2008 Jets Titans game, ironically, the Jets wore those when the Jets beat the undefeated Titans, who were 10-0 with Brett
2009.
Favre.
Oh,
2000,
2008 and 2009, they beat the Titans when they were undefeated 2-0.
2009, the Titans were 3-0. The Jets beat them. The Jets wore them in the Mark Sanchez hot dog game, where Sanchez eating the hot dog against the Raiders. But that was the white version of the jersey.
Favre,
Do you
the
have a
Favre six
preference?
touchdown game, the Favre
Favre
six
six
touchdown
touchdown game
game.
against the Cardinals, good call. Some good memories.
I
The
think
Dolphins, one of the Dolphins games. I think the first Braylon Edwards game was a
yes.
Titans uniform. Yeah,
Was that Monday night?
I think it was Monday night, and the Jets won that game. But
Gun
with just,
gun to head.
I know they
I
must have lost. If it was 2009, they lost the Dolphins twice. But anyway,
I like the white on gold more than the blue on gold, I think.
oh, really? It's interesting. I don't have too much of a preference between the two. If you do, we could put one in one tier, one in another tier. I like both of them. I'm pro Titans uniform. I would love to see them throw back to those uniforms.
So are we thinking one in the B, one in the C? Like, remember, B is like really good. C is like not bad. Do you want to go blue and B and then the white on gold and C tier?
Which one do you prefer? The
I think the white ones are pretty clean, but I feel like I got my way by doing the brand new green on greens in the D tier. So I'm very much open to that compromise.
I'm pretty even on both of them, so we can go white on gold in the B tier.
I like it.
Yeah, and then throw that one in the C. But it might be a high C. Yeah,
I agree.
exactly.
I completely agree.
Yeah,
Oh, I like how this is going.
this
And
is
hey,
shaping up well.
while you're
Man,
here,
Sanchez is so fucking cool.
don't forget to hit subscribe. Don't forget to hit subscribe if you're liking the content. We'll keep bringing tier lists to the table. But now we're getting to some good stuff.
Did you have a Titans jersey? I don't think I ever bought one of those.
I do. I
What
have
do you
a
have?
white Sanchez, exactly what he's wearing here. And I
Flames.
have a blue Ladanian Tom or no, blue. Who do I have?
I don't know. Did
Oh, I
the
have a
Jets?
blue Leon Washington,
Oh, that's the one.
but they're both too big on me. So like, I need to gain a ton of weight. I need to like literally gain like 40 to 50 pounds to wear them. I'm gonna hang them up one day. That's my goal. So
Yeah. Well, hanging behind me is my Ladainian Tomlinson white era jersey, the 2010 edition. Lovely. I love those.
yeah.
Uh,
So I'm gonna jump the gun here, and I'm gonna go to the 80s,
mm-hmm.
and I'm thinking the green and white at a minimum B tier, and I can make the argument for A or S tier for both of these, but I want to hear your thoughts.
Complete fire. And the Jets were good in the 80s. Terrific teams. 82, you're in the championship game. 81 is the real sack exchange year. 85 and 86, you're in the playoffs. I at least an A, yeah, and it goes above the stealth. And that particular picture of Mark Gastineau with the green on is insane.
Maybe We can
It's
move it to
insane.
elite. We can move it to the S tier. We'll give it a minute, but we're starting to build that foundation like we need to.
Yeah, I think A is good. I think A is good because there are uniforms that I like better, which is
Yeah.
great. The Jets have a good history of uniforms. It helps to grow fans. There are a lot of young fans who just look at like, oh, like the uniform looks cool. Let's be a Jet fan.
Yep. I'm ready to have the debate that the color rush should go to the D tier.
The D tier,
Yeah.
yeah, I like I.
It's not the right green. It's not
It's
the
just
right green.
it's just a weird looking. It's like someone put the wrong uniform. Yeah, Jets dance to everything is the one really good color rush moment. We were
We were
at
at
that
that
game.
game.
Yeah, Thursday night football against the Bills. Uh what was that 2017? Yeah.
Yeah. And I think here's why I want to remove a column, Mike. Every uniform we have left won't go below B tier. They won't.
Well,
I'm
what do you want to remove?
I'm thinking move the white on green to the D tier and then removing a bottom tier at all.
That's fine unless you just you really hate those uniforms. We could just keep it there.
I do really hate them. I'm gonna
Yeah,
keep
just
it
to make
there.
a
No, that's
point of
fair.
hating them. That's fine.
Every time they wear them, I got so mad on Twitter about them going to wear them for the Thursday night Colts game in 2021 that I like tweeted at Woody Johnson, "Can you please try the white on black combo?" And he literally did it. Like it was bizarre that even I might have had like a 0.1% chance of having them not do those jerseys.
I
As I
watched
look
that.
at white and black
Yeah.
though, Mike, I almost want to throw it in the D tier. I don't think
Yeah.
they. I don't know. I,
I'm not against that. I don't think that's wrong. And I that Colts game, what was that 2021? I watched that game at a strip club.
Michael,
Just for the you know,
for the listeners, our
for the
demographic is
listeners. Yeah.
99% age 25 to 34. So
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's gonna be offended by that statement.
Yeah, Mike White hurt his arm. I was complaining to the strippers. They didn't
Name
really
it.
care.
Now we got the name it white on white, green on white.
The name of the wine and white, I think, is in the S tier.
Oh, I love it, Mike. That's where I
Yeah,
wanted it.
yeah, that is. It's just the
Fuck
goat.
yes.
It might be the best uniform ever made, and the Parcells era uniforms are based on that uniform. And I
Mm-hmm.
would also put the white on white from that era in that tier.
Do you like that I added every color top and bottom combo for the
I
2000 for that era? Like I
I
got
do appreciate
everything
it.
here.
I do
I did it for
appreciate it.
you.
Yeah, that's my absolute favorite. When I play Madden, I play with the Jets. I use these uniforms.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Agreed. And I think green on white name is I'm fine with A tier. I think it's a strong A tier.
Yeah, yeah. Because like everything can't be S tier, you know. I would lead the A tier with that honestly, but you could make the argument for Gastineau. Gastineau's green.
I'm thinking we see how it plays out. I think Gastineau can move to S tier because you do need a green top in the S tier. Like those are the top three. Martians come down from space. They're like, all right, you're a Jet fan. Give me your favorite uniform combo. I think I'm
Well,
gonna
to
go with
you, we can do it, and if you want to put the green 2010 version in the A tier, that's fine.
yeah.
I personally would have the green top, white bottom, and the green top, green pants in the S tier, but I don't think that's a popular opinion. So we could A those or
I think we A them, and I think they're high A's. I
yeah.
really do. The white on green feels like a staple too. Like what Revis is wearing here just feels like a consistent. That is the Jets when we were growing up, and
Yep.
that's why I'm so upset in the F tier. They ruined those white on green. They blew it when they did the new uniform. So as
Yeah,
we throw those in the A tier, are you looking at this comfortable with where we have them?
I'm okay with it. The best game that we ever watched in our lifetime is the Jets Patriots 2010 divisional round. The Jets are wearing their white on greens, just so clean, so fresh. 2009 they wore white jerseys. Well, they're always playing on the road in those playoff games, so you're
Mm-hmm. Yep.
wearing your white uniforms, and they're just so clean with the green combo, so electric. And again, I do love the green on green. I think it really hits. We could B or A it. You know, your thoughts?
I think I go the highest of the B's to make it a little more consistent in the flow chart here. I think it's
Yeah,
the highest of the B's.
I'm not. I'm fine with that. It's not the most classic uniform. It's not as memorable as the other ones. I'm trying to even think of certain games where the Jets wore green on green. It's probably not that common. I'm thinking 2010 Jets Vikings Monday Night Football. I think they wore all green. That's the
Mm.
game where Dwight Larry had the pick six. They beat Brett Favre and Randy Moss and kind of ruined the Vikings franchise. Um, that's the Revis where he had the pick six against the Panthers. I was at that game. Is the picture that you're looking at? I'm trying to think of other like memorable games. So I'm fine with that being in the B tier because I do think it's beautiful looking, but not as impactful as the other uniforms.
I've never been happier. We've done a lot of tier lists together. I think we've had
It's a good
5 or 6
one.
on the YouTube. This is my favorite one. I think the only one that might have beef is the white 90s in the C tier. I think some people would tell me B tier, A tier, high end on that one. But looking like I'm so happy with what we have here.
It
I
looks really
can't
good.
I can't argue it.
The white '90s uniform looks too much like the Eagles uniform. Is bothers me. It doesn't feel like the Jets. And
Yeah.
that's where I get hung up. Um, and that's my problem. I think too with the white on black new uniforms. It just looks like it's not really very Jets. You need more green. The Jets are green and white.
Yep. And I think we'll do a deeper dive video on this one day in the dog days of summer. But the Jets are up for a new uniform if they would like to at the end of next year. I don't think they will, given the amount of
It's too
merch they've
early.
sold.
Yeah.
But it isn't crazy to say they go to a more throwback theme down the road.
Look, I know that uh Twitter is a lot more younger people, etc. But the sentiment is, I think that most people do like the 1998 to 2018 version because it's the best of
Yeah.
both worlds. It's based on the original jerseys. It's so green and white. It's the longest uniform the Jets have ever used for 20 years. I would love if they went back to those specific uniforms, or if they want to make another kind of variation of that specific uniform would be my ideal thing. It was very sad when the Jets changed. I know we were excited about it, but just in case it was the greatest thing ever. But to change that, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And it feels strange to not look at those uniforms.
The more I look at the new ones, I really think the white on white, the black on black, to a limited point, green on white or But the real problem with them is the sleeves on the arm, like the diagonal, like it just that I don't like the sleeve on the arm. And then it's the logo really kills it. I think the Jets have a horrific logo, bottom tier logo in the NFL. I think the Jets logo now, where it's a football, Jets inside another football, like it just doesn't work. So I think if they had a different logo, I'd be a little more inclined to be like, oh, the white on white though, the black on black, like, yeah, dude, they're pretty cool. So we'll see. But I agree with you. We wanted to have a new, fresh look, but that look was hopefully going to be based on the era that came before it. And they really did a full switch up, and they couldn't have used that many focus groups. I just felt like it wasn't done the right way.
Yeah, they're nice looking uniforms. Just a little bit off, right? It just a little bit off. And again, if the Jets continue to wear these uniforms for the next 5 or 6 years, they make deep runs into the playoffs, and you have Aaron Rodgers doing cool shit, or whoever's the quarterback, or let's say they win a Super Bowl, the sentiment will change and people will like them more. But
Yeah.
for now, I think this is a really good list.
I definitely forgot a jersey, and we're gonna get killed for it. Like I'm
Which
trying to
one?
think. I don't know. I feel like I forgot one.
Like we got most of them.
We
No?
got most of them. Well, hey, if you did make it this far, don't forget, hit subscribe, hit like, get after it. Again, thank you so much for listening and tuning in. Mike and I love bringing it to YouTube coming from Twitter. So, Mike, any last thoughts?
Yeah, man. Just even if they're not gonna recreate the uniforms, make them old school. I hope they wear. I'm really looking forward to the day that they wear these 98 to 2010 jerseys. I'm pointing the wrong way. Those
There it is.
as a throwback would just be so cool to look at. Oh my god, to see these current guys wearing those uniforms would be, something that I would be very interested in.
I love it. I love it. All right, Mike. Thanks again. I'll talk to you soon, buddy.
Yes, sir.